We're in conversation with the MD and CEO of Maruti Suzuki India Limited, Mr. Kenichi Ayukawa. Thank you, Ayukawa-san, for speaking with us today, and congratulations. Big day for you with the launch of a new baby. You've had an iconic SUV in your stable, the Gypsy, which was one of the very first few around. But historically, after that, it's been difficult for Maruti in the SUV segment to crack that. It's been tough. So, what's your take? Do you think it was really lack of product, or was it perception of the brand?
I'm sorry that we have to apologize to our customer that a long time make them wait. We are preparing a new SUV this time, and that I believe that this is we have a confidence this car will satisfy our customer.
Okay, and what are your expectations of the Brezza, and who do you think is the Brezza customer?
I think that our target is mainly that young family, and we expecting that enjoy and driving and sport drive and that's out of field drive, etc. through this car. Also using it in a sense that urban cruiser and enjoying driving in the city.
Okay, and you've already told us that Brezza will not be positioned in the Nexa showroom, so obviously you're expecting it to be a big volume car. Is that what your expectations of the Brezza, and what's the future of it that you're looking at?
As you say that in the sports SUV segment, a little bit we are behind. We are in a sense the new entrant that segment. But as far as we supply the product to the new segment, we want to be at the number one position. That's why we supplied this model to our existing network.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about the Nexa network, because when we heard of Nexa, we assumed that it would be the more expensive cars that are in Nexa. But it's been a little confused. Would you tell us what the idea behind Nexa is and the positioning of cars, models that will be in Nexa and not in Nexa?
I think that we are considering it, as I said, when we starting a Nexa channel, that we presented a new experience to customer. That's why that we have to arrange this different color, different type of the product for that comparing as existing network. That is our target. That's why we have to present a new type of vehicle which are different from the existing channel product, and to try to catch up with the new customer.
So will more premium products, is it a strategy of the premium products being there and the more mass market will be in the regular channel?
I think the premium itself that very difficult definition. Of course, some people feeling that the Nexa is a premium. That is good in a sense. But I think that some differentiation make that the existing channel, that Nexa channel, we will make. We have to looking for of course which is the Nexa. This is still we are looking for the future.
Okay, so Maruti is also still defining what is Nexa and what is regular. Okay, great time for you, because you have just under 50% of the market share. You've come with your 3 millionth Alto. So it's fantastic numbers that, the company has. But do you feel that sometimes maybe this mass and this volume is also a deterrent for the company as far as premium positioning goes? Because somehow people don't see it as a premium brand, and that's where Maruti inherently has struggled.
I think but basically that our company is starting at to the people cars project. It means that we are targeting at any time mass. That is the main business line for us, the core business, right? And also that after 30 years, people demand that the changing it. People demand that becomes a better set variant. In order to catch up with those kind of customer demand, we have to arrange the various product itself. That is true. We have to arrange some premium model, but we are not targeting the luxury car in a sense.
So basically an unfriendly budget, lots of taxation on cars, lots of new rules coming out, and of course GST also in the offing. So what's your take on this budget, the taxation? And of course, diesel cars, the unfriendliness towards diesel.
Newly added the tax, that we are very much surprised that everybody not happy to adding a new tax. And also industry and we, including we, us, we are expecting implementing the GST as soon as possible. That is the key to the developing industry in this country. And diesel issue also that customer prefer which kind type vehicle. That is the key point. We preparing it, still continue the business in the diesel vehicle, that we changing the petrol. Depend on the market and the customer expecting which type of the vehicle. That we have to decide it, to.
Yeah, but this kind of instability of policy, it's difficult for manufacturers because strategies are often decided well in advance, and then for manufacturers to change suddenly, so is this causing a problem because Make in India is being pushed so hard, but yet there's no stability of policy?
Yeah, I think that in case of the business, that especially the industry, they're expecting a long-term investment. That's why that suddenly change the direction, that absolutely the negative impact for the industry.
Also, there's talks now of 2020 for BS6. If it does come in, is Maruti ready for that, or do you think 2020 is a little bit early?
I feel that a little bit early, but the target itself not easy. But auto industry have some part of the responsibility about air pollution issue, that we have to recognize that. Also, everybody recognize that. We have to try to solve that problem. But little time itself, we carefully we have to consider. Otherwise, that we have to make the big investment, and also various burden that it means that it impacted the cost, etc. Those kind of things we have to well consider in the communicate with the government.
Yeah, also because they're announcing that 2020 will probably be the metros first and not across the country. Now for Maruti, that's a tricky situation because you are spread across the country. So
practically, it is not feasible because the car is moving various places, not only the big city but also rural side. As far as the fuel is not available nationwide, it is very difficult to change the regulation.
They're talking about now safety and crash test and emissions changing. So all this will impact pricing. Do you think it'll make it tougher in the future, and will customers be affected?
But safety itself is a very important factor. We are already focusing on those kind of things. That as I said before, that all our models have the option or safety device available. Those kind of things that gradually we have to change that kind of way.
Yeah, with crash test becoming compulsory and emission norms changing.
But point is that vehicle safety is not only product by. We have to control the total society in that instead the people following the traffic rule, etc. Avoid the accident. Those kind of implementation is very, very important.
So do you think in the long term the customer will be impacted with price differentials, that prices of all kinds of cars, especially the bottom end, will go up?
Because the additional device with the added car, that cost is increasing. That is true.
I think lastly, Maruti has managed to hang on to really the market share, the biggest part of the market share through all the tough times, and sometimes even increase it through these tough times. So what is that magic formula? What is that one secret that actually makes you different from the rest and gives you this market share? What do you think is the USP?
I think there is no magic. Day by day we have to making effort. Also that anytime we want to be with customer. That is the basic point. How we gonna satisfy the customer. That is the key word for us. Every people considering that point, keeping in mind, and every day that if Maruti will be successful in the market, that is the key point.
Thank you so much for taking the time for talking with us. Thank you very much.